Alright, I'm going to try this. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about this manifestation money trick I've been talking about. So, several years ago, this was like back in 2012 something, a buddy of mine, he said like, hey bro, let's go out to the casinos, like whatever. I'm not really a gambling guy, doesn't matter. And I had like two $5 bills. I took it out there, and I had this idea that it's like, just whatever, and I didn't care about winning or losing because it was just like $5 bills, right? So as I was very detached at that time, and I kind of had this thought, like, if I did that, maybe I just didn't care, and it blew me away. The first time I put like a $5 into this penny machine, and what I did was like I did like the smallest amount, so like 1 cent. It was like 9 lines. The max was like 9 lines, so it basically was like 9 cents a roll. And after a very few short amount of rolls, this thing just blew up. It blew up, and it was like fireworks. The little screen pops up, fireworks are going off. A lot of audio kids going like yay and crap like that. And I'm watching the counter of your winnings go do something like, oh, you won, what is it? It was like 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, all the way up to like $80. I turned $5 into $80 in just a few rolls, right? And then I quickly cashed out. I was like, oh my god, I cashed out. I had no idea what just happened. The lady beside me was so pissed off. It was funny. So that was back then, and now recently, we were traveling from Ohio to California. I thought, maybe I can try this again. I've got cash. Let me just try it again. But I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a dice, D100. I'm gonna say like how much money I get. That's how much money I'm gonna spend. That's my play money. I'm not gonna do, cause, you blow money on stupid crap all the time. Like you traveling across country, you're just trying to get like, gas station snack food just to nibble on while you're driving, and it's just like, oh god, it's so expensive. Jesus, that adds up. But what I did was I rolled. I got a 37, round that up to 40 because I hate odd numbers like that. And I took those two 20s, went to one machine, one little penny slot, and then I did the same thing. I just chilled out, sat there, focused on my breathing, I felt myself being lighter, and my vibration get larger, higher, whatever you want to say it. And I just chilled out, and I just sat there. It's like, and after a few rolls, same thing. I triggered something in there, and it was like, it got all excited, and it was like, boom, and it blew up from like $20 to like $150. Like, no joke. I was blown away. It just, just like triggering these little internal mini games they have. And I immediately cashed out. That was the thing. When I immediately cashed out, it was like I had to detach myself. I had to get away. And the cool thing was, this was when we were about to have breakfast, because we thought breakfast was at 7. But on Sunday, that restaurant was like, no, we don't open until 8. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, I got time. And I went to a different machine. I took the other 20, and I did the same thing. And it was like, it did the same thing. And of course, it goes up, down, up, down, up, down a little bit. You're going back and forth. You win some, you lose some, blah, blah. But again, I triggered something. I just detached, didn't care. And then I triggered something, and the machine just erupted. And it was like, oh yeah, you got one, like a bunch of little free spins, blah, blah, like. And then I was like, okay. And then during the free spins, it won something that gave me more free spins. So I got like 27 free spins. So it's going and going and going. And I'm winning all this money. And I turned that money into $260. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, dude, I figured the secret. Like, you just gotta detach. You just gotta be in the present moment, just not care. Which is difficult, I mean, it's not difficult, but it kind of is difficult, because it's very easy to get caught up. When you start winning, you get excited, you want to win more. And what I did, I was like, boom, I cashed out. I said, I gotta detach, I gotta calm down, I gotta be in the present moment. I just gotta be, let my that center myself and let that energy gather back into me. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so at the end of the day, I took the 60 from the 200, and I said, like, okay, I'm going to use this to go back tonight. And again, I still had like the doubt, but then, the doubts crept up there. I started wondering, and be like, I don't know, man. But here was the really cool thing. So, and yeah, I started to like, lose a little bit, but then when I went back to, okay, I'm fully detached, I can feel the full detachment, boom, it shot up to like 120. And I was like, bro, I've got it, man. I've got this down pat. I know what to do. And unfortunately, during that time, I got greedy. And this is a big warning to everybody. Like, do not get greedy. If you don't sit there and be like, oh, I'll just, because you start getting greedy, you might think that you're detached. No, when you start feeling greedy, you start pushing the envelope like that, you are going to lose. I lost a very short amount of time, because it went from like, this particular machine was spending like 88 cents a roll, penny, air quotes, penny machine, 88 cents a roll. And I went from the 60 to, I took that 60 to 120. But then when I tried to do the times 10 multiplier, now I'm spending like $8 a roll. So I dropped down to like the 60 really fast. I even back down to 40. And I was like, okay, I gotta go back to the 80. I need to go back to the 88 cents one. And, with all those losses, I was like getting nervous and anxious. And I was like, but then it happened again. Boom, I shot back up. I shot back up to the 120, and I should have cashed out right then, but I didn't. But I kept, when I felt myself getting really attached, because I did the same stupid thing, I was like, well, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna roll that dice again. I'm gonna hit that times 10 multiplier, and I started losing it. And then when I went back to the 80, all my anxiety was, just building up within me, and I was like, I started to lose everything. And now today, I had took the winnings I had from California. And now the casino they've got, there's like only one casino in my state. Ironically. It's on an Indian reservation. It's like that's the only one, other than that we can't have one because gambling is illegal. So we got whatever. So I took that 200 and I saw the same mistakes I was making before. I was making some good, I said, like, you should have just taken the good money, as soon as you got like a good win, back out. But then I got greedy. I was like, that's not good enough. I need more. I want more. I want a bigger win. It's like, and I was breaking my own rules of just, you get a good win, cash out. I was like, and I had like $200 all in 20s, and I burned through all of it because I was getting desperate. I was getting desperate to win. And no matter how much time I try to, even when I was trying to focus on being detached, I could still feel my mind, jumping from like focusing too much on how much money I was losing, or whether or not I would win, or what I wanted to happen, and it just kept going down and down and down. And it's funny, like I burned through literally like $200 very quickly. Now the interesting thing is, like, I went and I broke a rule a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just withdraw another 20, and that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna do anything else. And then I was like, I just sat there, and somehow I did manage to get into the actual fully just detached, I don't care, it's whatever, blah blah blah. And I was winning. I was triggering all the little things that was giving me those extra spins and kind of like that extra money. And I had done this several times, and I always do is like the moment I feel genuine detachment, genuine indifference, just full present moment, like there is virtually just calm. There's not happy excitement. There's not anxiety. There's none of that. There's no disruption in the pool, so to speak. I was winning, and I was like doing so well. And basically, that was the lesson that I learned today. Was that yes, you know, the if you think of money as energy, you know, and you get, no matter how well, how good you think you got, like, oh yeah, I can do this, I can literally just, live doing this kind of stuff, and you're gonna lose if you get too anxious. So don't get anxious. Stay detached. Stay present. And the easiest way I know how to do this was just like focusing on my breathing, just like right here, just feeling it going in, and then everything else tunes out. And I could hear the machine giving me like really good wins when I was doing that. So I mean, just so for people who want to understand this, I'll break it down for you real simple. What you got to do, I've got like 2 minutes to finish this video because my thing's telling me. But first, look, find a free online little slot machine game if you want to try this. Practice detachment, or focus on your breathing. Just solely let your mind be enveloped in your breath, and I guess play the game however you think to. I think doing the lowest bid with the the high with all the lines on it, however that works, I'm not sure. Do that and just let it happen. Just I have screenshots of how ridiculously lucky I was. Like one shot where I won 99 credits. This was a free game, 99 credits. I'm like, bro, that was insane. I couldn't believe that luck. I couldn't believe the rolls I was getting. But you gotta detach. Start with a free machine. Once you get up and you kind of you can feel that you're overcoming your ego and your anxiety, and you're no longer attached to what happens. I would suggest, but when you go to a casino, let's give yourself a limit. Give yourself a genuine limit. I will not spend any more than this amount of money. This is my play money. I'm not going to pull into my checking or my savings. When you feel that anxiety pull up, even after you win, when you feel the attachment, cash out, step away, ground yourself. Don't come back until you are calm. When it's like you are so involved in in the moment. Play smart. People talk about, you gotta play smart with this stuff. Don't just go out there and think like, well, I'm gonna win a whole bunch of money because now I know the secret. It's like, that was my mistake. I got attached. I got cocky, I got attached, and, I should just remain detached. Because that was the whole thing. Let the energy, the money, the energy come to you. It comes to you when you're detached. So hopefully this helps, this clarifies, and like I said, do it smart. All right.